You're looking at the Ninja BL610 Professional Blender. The ads and reviews promise 1,000 watts of power, perfect ice crushing, and smoothies for the whole family. It's a bestseller. But here's what surprised me after months of daily use. There are serious, almost hidden problems that could make you regret this purchase. Therefore, I'm going to show you exactly what they are, who this blender is actually for, and who should run the other way. For the best price, click the link in the description. Let's start with the first big problem, the noise. 1,000 watts is a lot of power. It should be loud, right? Sure. But the Ninja BL610 isn't just loud. It's alarmingly, vibrationally. Is the motor going to explode loud? It's like blending a smoothie while standing next to a lawnmower. My neighbors probably think I'm starting a small construction project every morning. Therefore, if you have a sleeping baby, a roommate, or just a low tolerance for kitchen chaos, this will be your first major headache. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, pun intended, because the second problem is all about those total crushing blades. They promise to pulverize ice into snow. And for big chunks it works. But here's the contrarian snapback. Try making a small, single-serve smoothie. Suddenly, those massive blades can't reach the ingredients. You get a vortex of air at the top and a chunky, unmixed swamp at the bottom. It's the opposite of professional performance. You have to stop, shake, and restart multiple times, which feels like a workout for your patience. It's a blender that requires a pre-blend shake, like a questionable cocktail. Therefore, while the 72-ounce pitcher is great for a party, it's a nightmare for everyday use unless you're blending for a family of 6. This leads us to problem number 3, the texture. A professional blender should create silky smooth, perfectly emulsified results. But the Ninja BL610 often leaves a gritty, fibrous texture in green smoothies. Kale stems, not fully pulverized. Little chia seeds, still intact. It gets things 90% of the way there, but that last 10% is the difference between a smoothie you love and one you tolerate. So, what's causing this? It's partly the blade design. They are fantastic at brute force tasks like crushing ice for frozen drinks, but they lack the finesse and the ultra-high RPM of a true high-end blender. You're getting a power tool, not a precision instrument. And that's the key question. Is power without finesse worth it? But wait, we have to talk about the fourth and most critical issue, longevity and reliability. The motor base gets incredibly hot during extended use, like making nut butter or processing thick dough. This is a major red flag. Heat is the enemy of electronics. Many users report the motor burning out after a year or so of heavy use. For a professional blender, that's a professional disappointment. Therefore, if you plan on using this as a workhorse daily, you might be signing up for a product with a shortened lifespan. Now let's do a deep dive into what it actually does well, because it's not all bad, it just depends on your needs. The Ninja excels at one thing: frozen drinks. Margaritas, daiquiris, frosty lemonades. This thing is a champion. The total crushing technology absolutely annihilates ice for those resort-style slushies. It also handles big batches beautifully, making a pitcher of frozen margaritas for a barbecue. Perfect. This is its happy place. It's also decent for making simple fruit smoothies with yogurt and juice, as long as you fill the pitcher enough. Cleaning is fairly easy, as the pitcher is BPA-free and dishwasher-safe. Just watch those incredibly sharp blades. Hand washing the blade assembly feels like defusing a bomb. One wrong move and you're donating blood to the kitchen sink. Therefore, the value proposition becomes clear. At around $100, it's significantly cheaper than a Vitamix or Blendtec. You're paying for raw power and a large capacity on a budget, but you're sacrificing noise level, refinement, single-serve capability, and potentially long-term durability. It's the trade-off. So who is this blender actually for? The Ninja BL610 Professional is ideal for a specific person. Someone who hosts parties, loves making frozen cocktails, needs to blend large family-sized batches, and has a dedicated, sound-isolated kitchen corner. It's a budget-friendly party machine. Now, who should avoid it? If you make single-serve smoothies daily, value a quiet kitchen, want the creamiest textures possible, or plan on heavy, frequent use like making soups and nut butters, you will be frustrated. You'd be better off saving for a refurbished high-end blender or looking at other options. It's like buying a monster truck for your daily commute. Sure, it can do it, but it's loud, inefficient, and overkill for the task. Let's wrap up with the final verdict and resolution. The Ninja BL610 Professional is not a bad blender, but it is a misunderstood one. The marketing sells it as a dewy tall professional powerhouse, but in reality, it's a specialized, high-capacity ice crusher with a loud personality. The problems are real: deafening noise, poor small-batch performance, inconsistent textures, and heat-related durability concerns. However, if your needs align perfectly with its strengths, it can be a great value. Just go in with your eyes wide open. Don't expect Vitamix performance at a Ninja price. You get what you pay for, and in this case, you're paying for power and size, not refinement or quiet operation. Therefore, my final recommendation is this. If you're a frequent entertainer who prioritizes frozen drinks in big batches, and the noise won't cause a domestic incident, the Ninja BL610 could work. Click the link in the description to check the latest price on Amazon. But if you're a daily smoothie drinker, a home cook seeking versatility, or someone who values peace and quiet, keep looking. Your perfect blender is out there, but this might not be it.